Horse, where are you? Man, it has to be raining. Of all the times, it has to be raining. Hey, there's my horse. Ah, I left you here a while ago, didn't I? Welcome back, everyone, to Slow Running Minecraft. My name is Toast Wizard, and I have just found my horse after leaving him here. I don't even know how many episodes ago. Um, he is a mighty good steed. He's fast, and I believe he jumps pretty high. Yes, indeed. So we made sure we didn't wanna lose him. So I left him after traveling through this forest. It was really annoying trying to go through the trees on a horse, as you can tell. So I left him there when I was going on a trip a bit ago. But now we have him back, and we're not too far from the base. Yeah, I made it this far, and I decided I was done trying to ride a horse out there. But we're going to be needing our horse soon, so I figured I would go find him and bring him back. And if you got the pun, then you will understand that today's episode will be about making a stable for our horse. Oh, and for our donkey. Let's go visit our donkey really quick. All right. I fished the rest of the day away just so that I could get rid of the rain. And here are our spoils. In in about 5 or 6 minutes, we fished 9 times. It is really slow with just a basic fishing rod. But we got some fish, and we got one no-no item. Tripwire hook uses iron. We're not allowed to use that, as we are currently in the wood age of the game. And we got a bone. And you know what they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So we'll keep the fish in this barrel, and, well, honestly, we're not allowed to have the tripwire hook. Back to the sea it goes. Or lake, I guess. Now, for the reason why we are here, we have our donkey friend. Donkey is going to be very important because he can have chests attached, if I'm not mistaken. So, we will bring him home, and he'll be useful as extra bulk item transportation if we ever need to take things a long distance away. Which, hint hint wink wink, soon we might be doing just that. But, of course, first, before we can have a good time taking our horse and our donkey out, we need a house for them to live in. So, once I get my face out of that lantern, we'll show you guys what the plan is. Okay, Donkey's home, and we are as well. So, in the last episode, if you guys remember, we took the time to move our animals up into a genuine treehouse. So, in this far corner over here, we built a barn and a chicken coop. And off to the side of it, we have a crane, which we built using some packed mud, which is a block that we decided we are allowed to use because you can break it with any tool and it doesn't count as a stone block, it's just wheat and mud. But we have our pigs out here, we have the chickens, and then the cows and the sheep in this half. The cows are all hiding in the corners. Now that we have that area taken care of, we'll zoom past my face there, and we have to deal with this area. So here, we've got an interesting situation. This is where we had been keeping the animals. So And now that we're done having them over here, we need to do something with this area, and what better but to build a stable for our horse and donkey and future other mounts. So let's go over here and decide how we're going to deal with these animals, and then we'll be able to start clearing up this area and making it useful again. So I'll move these guys to a safe place. Ah, nice and quiet over here. No more animals. Okay, so really quick, I'm going to tear down all of this fencage, and we'll see what we have to work with this area. Alright, we got that all cleaned up. So, with this area now clear and available, there's several things I wanna make sure happen. One, I want to make sure that there's a connection from our house here out to the stable, because that'll be great. We can ride our horse in and then get into the house without having to go around through the garden area. Two is also out of this side. I think if the stable kind of comes off the edge this way a little bit, I also want it to connect to the storage room, because this is our most important treehouse in the base. So I think what we'll do is we'll put another platform there that'll have a short connection there, and then it'll string over to some kind of overhang that comes off of the stable. So we have plenty of space to build here. We do have this boulder to deal with, but I have something I want to try concerning that boulder. Now, you guys are probably all yelling at me, saying that it's mossy cobblestone, you can't turn it into moss, but I can't help it. I have to try, because what if I can, and what if everything that I've done so far was for nothing? So here goes. Dang it. It was worth a try. And look, we got a bush out of it. Ah, man, I was really hoping that that would let me remove the boulder. So, now we know we can't remove the boulder. So this is the one thing we'll have to work around, is that darn boulder. But I think if the stable kind of has like 2 stories, like this area can be like the first floor, and then it'll kind of go up. And then the second story, oh, that would have to hang out really far. Okay, well, we'll still try it. I'm not sure. I don't even know exactly what stable design we're going to do right now. We know for sure that we need a connection out this way, so the stable has to start here. Probably it'll start about there. All of our structures in this area are up in the trees, and they kind of have a consistent theme with the dark oak pillars, the dark oak stairs, and then the spruce walls. Pretty much all of them follow that pattern. So what if the ones on the ground also have a pattern that they follow? Now, I know we have the fishing cabin out here, but that one's totally removed and it's in its own style. So what if we just make the shed and the horse stable match? Because this is a good style. It has the kind of thatched roof look, the straw. It's got good pillars, trapdoors for the windows. It's really simple, because that's all it needed to be. But I think it's good colors, so maybe that's what we'll do for the stable over there. And all we need to do is make sure that the inside is ready to have room for the horses. But for now, let's just get ourselves building a stable, and we'll see how we do. Alright, so I puttered around a little bit, and I came to no obvious method for how to make this stable, how to make it look nice. So I went and built the next platform to connect the storage room to the home base, and then I built a bridge coming out of the home base that'll show us where we need to line it up with the stable this way. And then because we have the platform coming out on this side, we also can see that just 2 blocks past this piece of cobblestone is where the bridge is going to connect on this side. So this is going to be quite the overhang, and it'll be really cool. It'll cross over this path, which will be cool when we walk under it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 5. I hope you guys can see the vision. I don't know how much brain power I'm gonna have to build this and talk about it at the same time, so I'll throw you guys into a time lapse and you'll see what I come up with on the other side. Wish me luck. Back, and the time between the last clip that I recorded and now is several days in real life, so forgive me as I try and catch back up to where I've been. I turned off the recording at the end of that last time lapse, and then I was about to leave, and I decided to start looking at what I was going to do on the interior, and we came to this conclusion, and then I left, and then I was busy, and I'm just now getting a chance to record again. So, let me explain to you guys what we're gonna do. And I'll build this last stall while I do it. How about that? So these stalls are just going to hold 1 horse each. So the horses and the trapdoors just don't mix well, you know? They tend to think that they can... Is that right? Yes. They tend to think that they can escape out of them, so we're going to try and use as few trapdoors as possible, and of course the walls need to be 2 blocks tall. So I think that idea right there that we got is what these stalls are going to look like, and it's okay. We got room for 1, would be 2, but we got a boulder, so 2, 3, 4. 4 horses, and then this little entry area can be a little countertop, and then we have sneaky little under the stairs storage, and then this goes up. This will go across to the main house. That'll be a really nice way to ride into the base. Go straight up the stairs and in there, and then this will go across. We have a loft area, and then we have to make this hang off the edge to line up with a rope bridge from that platform. And I've got to ask you guys, because this just feels awful, what can I do about this boulder? Give me some ideas. I guess I could have maybe raised up the terrain so it sticks up less, or maybe you guys can just come up with some clever, like, in-world reason for it to exist. Help me lift my boulder, because I genuinely don't know what to do. It's just annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish up the rest of this stable, and then we'll get back to you guys. Okay, I know it's raining, but I just saw this. Look up on top of the tower. There's there's a wandering trader that somehow decided to spawn up there, and he's only got 1 llama, so I'm assuming the other one fell off. It's too funny. Here we are. Here we have it. We have finished the barn. At least the structure of the barn. Made this little balcony out the side that lets us have access straight across to the storage room. And we just kind of propped it up with some supports. I think it looks fine. Wasn't trying to go for anything too special. Didn't want it to stick out too far, so it just kind of has this extra little 2-block jut out thing. I think it came out great. The roof is massively boring. It 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 could be better. Honestly, at this point, I'm trying to get it done. So, oh, so all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. It it matches the shed pretty well. I pretty much use the same block palette. It's just a 2-story kind of deal. And I'll tell you what, it feels big in here. I haven't built a building this big, but it's cozy in here. The animals are nice and dry. They have a place to sleep. And we got room for 2 more. Should we find more friends? I don't know about this roof. I might do a little bit of a redesign. It needs some extra kind of character. I don't know if I can do like maybe some small dormers or just like another raised section, or if I just need to change the shape entirely. It's all just slabs going up. Let me know what you guys think. But with the stable being done and usable, the next step is to create the main entrance to the base, which is going to be right here. So hopefully we can get rid of this rain. Yes, we can. And then we'll start tearing down some trees and we'll make ourselves a proper entrance to the base, which is going to require some terraforming and, of course, a gate. All right. I think that's where we're going to stop for now. The path doesn't go too far out from the base. So we've got a pretty stout gate that is our new main entrance to the base. It's got the same old lantern look on top. And these carpets are covering up some berry bushes, which I don't know with the shelves if these are going to actually block mobs from getting in or not. But we'll try it for now, and if it's not going to work, we'll adjust as necessary. But this is wide enough that we can ride our horses on it, and it conspicuously goes out in that direction because a little bit later I'm going to have something to show you guys, because we may or may not be almost ready to move on to the next phase, which means we're going to start a new base. Which is why travel is suddenly so important to me. And of course, moving storage. Couple notes. I moved this bay over, so now the stone is perfectly filling up this horse bay area. So yeah, this is our 3rd horse, Rocky. I'm sorry, that was not a good joke. Okay, anyway, we are all set up, and I'm very happy with it. I still got to do this upstairs area. Not sure what to put up here yet, but it's ready to go just in case. And now when we get in, we can run straight across this long rope bridge and go right into our storage room. So, thank you guys for coming along for this next treehouse build. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see you guys in the next one. Ow. See you soon.